In this video, I'm going to change your perspective towards using video ads in your lead generation campaigns. I've been in the advertising space since 2018. I spent around, I would say, over $10 million in ad spend across different platforms, and I tested a lot. I love testing. I think that's the main responsibility of a media buyer or advertiser. You got to test to see what happens, see what works and what doesn't. And one thing that we learn is long form video ads, they're performing better in comparison to short form video ads when it's about the ultimate conversion of the deal. And obviously this is against what majority of gurus or the overall industry is telling you, which everyone says your video should be around 60 seconds, 90 seconds, 30 seconds for them to grab someone's attention. People don't have attention span. They do have attention span. People see and binge watch stuff, like binge watch like a 5-season TV show. They have attention span for it. So what is it that you don't have attention span for your video ads? It doesn't make sense. Look, there is attention span. You can keep attention span for people up to like 60 minutes, not on video ads, but on like VSLs, webinars. What I want to discuss today is what about the 3 minutes video ads that is so important? First of all, a big disclaimer here is that there is a balance between cost versus conversion, or I would say probably quality, right? And when you go like with like banner ads, or when you go with video ads, like short video ads, or you go with B-roll ads, these type of ads, they don't require that much cognitive load, right? So like you see the banner ad, oh cool, next step. Or short video ads, oh cool, next step. Or B-rolls, or they don't require you to kind of like sit down and like watch something or like think too hard about it, right? That's why this type of ads, they generate lower cost per lead, lower cost per appointments, and they give you ultimately more quantity, which is equal to more volume of leads and inquiries. Now, does more volume of inquiries, does it equal sales? Does it equal sales? Not necessarily, right? Sometimes it is, a lot of times it's not. And one of the main kind of like concerns that we normally have within people that they're going into advertising is, oh, I got like 100 leads, I didn't convert any of them. So it's always about understanding that quality comes with volume, but how can we make sure your ads on the front end, which is your first impression, your direct ads, first impression with your target market, is designed in a way that brings higher quality or actually maximize the quality of that prospect before they come into your funnel. And that's why we started testing with long form video ads, right? Long form video ads, we start testing between 25 to 3 minutes plus and see how they perform. And man, the type of people that we're getting, the type of leads and inquiries that we're getting through that to our funnel, the quality is very different from what we get from this type of ads, from the banner ads, B-rolls, and short form videos. Obviously, we're getting more volume here, but with long form, it's going to be more expensive. We know that. At some time, like I pay probably double, or so we started testing with 2.5 to 3 minutes plus minute video ads, and we maximize the quality of prospects that we allowing getting into our funnel, right? Allowing into our funnel. Obviously, I'm spending more in comparison to the earlier ad types I explained, which is banner ads, B-rolls, or short form videos. At times, I probably spend around 2x to 3 times more on my CPL, but my conversion rate on these ads are so much higher. But we gotta understand why the conversion is higher, right? One element that is probably the most crucial element in the market at the moment, like obviously, when you look at the landscape of the economy across the globe, the economy is not the best at the moment. Everyone talking about like crash, recession. We're already basically in recession, but the economy is not good. So there is still more money circulating around. People are still buying things because that's who we are. We just like to buy things. But what kind of like differentiates between you and your competitors? Why should I come with you except going with another like competitors of yours in the same industry? And that element is trust, right? And I know everyone talking about it because it's very psychological. Like buying is not logical. Like we have like logical buyers, but at the end of the day, when someone wants to buy things, there is an emotional element in the environment. You know, there should be emotional environment for someone to buy something from you. And when it's about emotion, you know, I'm gonna have objections, you know, and that objection 90% of the time is on trust. So if I want to get more qualified people to come into my funnel, I gotta build that trust somehow. If I want to get more conversion on the back, I need to bring people that they already know me, they know what I do, my social proof, my results. So when they come in, book a call with me, they already think that they know me, right? So when I jump on the call, the sales outcome of the call is more positive. It's more towards getting more conversion. So trust is the main element, and that's why these long form videos, they do like wonders when it's about trust building, because it gives you more kind of like room to showcase more of yourself, more of your brand, more of your social proof, and mainly more of your results. Doesn't matter what type of business you run. If you're a property, the equity you build, the results you got, if you're property business, if you're construction, before and after, like there's so much you can showcase. And how much you can showcase in a banner ad. Sure, you're going to put all of it in your copy and the text and headline and everything, but how much you can showcase. People, you get what you show. You know, visually, people absorb the information better. So that's why we come up with streaming video ad concept. So a structure of these 3 minutes video ads are not like rocket science, right? It's the same structure that sometimes we follow for our short formats. It's just a matter of what we cover in them and what's the length per stage in the video. So we have the hook. Normally on the short form videos, I allow the hook to be 3 seconds, but here on the long form, I allow it to be around 7 to 10 seconds, not minutes, seconds, right? So I can cover more. And the hook can be your call outs attached to some sort of pain point or desire of your target market. The big part of this 3-minute video ad is the problem section, right? So you normally connect the hook and you talk about the problem. And here I would go for 30 seconds alone. So really diving deep with the problem that my target market is actually dealing with. Let's say like currently the Australian property market is a little bit chaotic. I say the Australian property market is cooked, but not for some advisors. But if you stay here in the next 30 seconds, I will tell you why. So that's my hook. Then I get into the problem, and the problem is talking about the property market. So government just killed all the tax break for property investors. So if you're just thinking about running your marketing the same way you used to, you know, relying on referrals, word of mouth, you might be in a big problem, right? Big trouble. So I talk about the problem. And then with this, we're going to create what we call a gap. Then we're going to present the solution. But before the solution, you want to start with the authority section. So, hey, my name is Ali. I'm a founder of Rabar Media. Since 2018, we've been helping target market, which is property businesses, for this example, generate just over $2 billion in like property sales and spend $10 million in ad spend along the way. Our clients normally go from this to this, and here's how. And then I connect the authority to solution. Here's how. First I do this, second I do this, third thing I do this, fourth thing I do this, and I just go through my solution a little bit in detail. I'm not gonna make it technical. You know, long doesn't mean more technical. You just gotta find a way to tell a story. You gotta find a way to communicate what you do, like in a process. Simple process. Imagine you explaining it to the 3rd grader, right? It doesn't have to be technical. And after the solution, then I'm gonna start with social proof, like see what some of my clients actually say about us. I'll put a highlight of my like video testimonials of 5 of my clients. And after that, I'm connecting it to the CTA. So when you look at this, it really works like a video sales letter, but you're using it as an ad, right? Basically, the structure that you see is the structure that we naturally use for a video sales letter. right? So you start with hook, go to problem, authority, solution, social proof, and CTA. And my CTAs are normally very short. If you want to know more, click the button below, book a call, tell us more about yourself, and we can connect to see if you're a good fit. See you soon, right? So that's the overall framework that we use for a 3 minutes video ad framework. And basically the lesson here is, sure, you spend more to get a lead through these videos, right? Which one do you prefer? Having like 20 sales calls that's, 80% of them are not qualified and you just get 20% of them on your second call, or you want like 10 sales calls or 5 sales calls that 80% of them are qualified. Which one is better for your bandwidth, especially if you don't have a big sales team? You have a sales team, but it's not big, right? I feel cost per lead, low cost per lead doesn't pay the bills. More leads doesn't pay the bills. More calls don't pay the bills. It's more sales that pay the bills. So I'd rather have this type of videos on my front end, right? Rather than just having like all banner ads or wall short form ads to get the cheapest leads possible. But the most important thing here is that you don't want to gamble all of your budget and test all in with 3 minutes video ads. Remember, majority of advertising platforms, especially social media, the ones that you can use video ads, they like diversity. So all I'm trying to do in this video is to encourage you to test and have a few of long form videos in your campaigns, in your ad sets, in your ad groups, alongside your banner ads, alongside your short forms, alongside your B-roll ads, or whatever type of ads you're running and is performing. Inject them in, batch them in, and see if it works for you or not. That's all I'm saying. We tested it. I'm honest, I probably spend double of what I need to spend to get the lead, but my conversions on these videos are really good, and I can backtrack and see this ad is the one that brought my last 5 clients, for example, because your ads should have like UTM tracking, your CRM system should allow reverse engineering. If you have those options, testing something like this is a fantastic way to increase your lead quality. Now, if you want to know about the type of a strategy we use in paid advertising, some like sample ads, some templates, I put a lot of those in a free guide, a lead generation playbook. I put it below this video. You can go opt in and get access to it for free. And if everything makes sense, you can go implement. And if it doesn't, you can ask your question below this video, or you can reach out to me directly through my socials. See you on the next video training.